and welcome back to RoboCop Rogue City, although I don't know why it was named called, but I guess that RoboCop 2.5 or 2.5 or 2 point whatever number, something like maybe 2.75, it would not have been as good as Rogue City, even though this is completely follows the complete movie set timeline continuity. It's kind of when you put story happen between known events, kind of reduces dramatic tension of the story, but knowing that as bad as RoboCop 3 is, and it's very bad, it did have some, you could say, its badness is not result of makers deliberately making bad movie, but more as case of makers just not having budget and then not having big intentions and small budgets, and they would just completely fail in their intentions, and lots of criminal stuff to investigate. Oh,
really, man? You're my best friend. I love you.
And that guy...
You really mean that? Oh, man, you're the best, I swear.
...is doing a violation.
Public drinking is against the law.
Public? But this is my private sofa. I've dragged it all the way from the junkyard.
Oh, well, I would say that that's quite a little bit of, well, it is quite isolated location, and it is quite weird, crazy, so it would be just a warning.
But remember that drinking in an unsuitable environment can lead to severe consequences.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah, it's serve the public trust. Now that would be a case, yep. Because when you look about it, there's not much of, it's quite private space when you really look about it. So it would be a matter of warning, not matter of harsh law enforcement. Criminal. There's this small amount, all these little tiny crime items that RoboCop can find and pick. It's not that much of a, you could say, big. Well, you get some extra stuff, handy stuff from it. And there's Ben's garage, which is interesting little location, although. Oh, that's not 6000 SUX. Well, let's just climb up and see where it's going. Oh, actually, I think were here before, but it's not much of a big deal. And that's a nice little convenience that RoboCop can just walk off the edges and doesn't take damage, although I would say that most likely RoboCop would not take that kind of landings well. Yeah, he's quite bulletproof, but not necessarily fall-proof.
Oh, it's only you.
Oh, well, he got spooked. But not much of thing going on. And there's some sort of garage in here to investigate, so. And there's drugs. Time to confiscate it. And that car's owner has already been fined. Oh, actually, this one wasn't.
One parking ticket is all it takes to improve mindfulness.
Uphold the law. In these kind of cases, as you could say, and personally, I would say that RoboCop, RoboCop could be absolutely merciless. And RoboVision already shows that there might be another graffiti going on, meaning that the kid, although I would say that the face and the character models do not always indicate good you could say proper style of ages in this game. Well, but that would be a completely different. That is completely different part of the game.
I always wanted to be a cop. I even applied to the academy, but it turns out that extensive criminal history and drug addiction prevent you getting in.
Well, and it's also nice to notice that the RoboCop and police force, in a sense, seems to enjoy at least some level of public support in RoboCop game and Detroit. Oh. That one. Well, let's just put on the basic suits mission and Grace of Suit. For somebody leading torch heads, it would be kind of appropriate nickname. But there are several another location around here to investigate.
Help! This rascal was trying to steal my cart. Look what he's done!
Have I just wrecked your life savings? Tough shit, stinker.
Alright. Another little quarrel going.
Antisocial behavior towards a fellow citizen can be classified as a crime.
And
Lesson for the future. To save yourself the trouble. Clean up on the double.
You can't do it. I was only messing. I could have just picked it all up.
You tell him, Robot Man!
What a fucking joke!
somebody behaving like that, they do earn that fine. And Robo even had some sort of morality teaching rhyme. So I wonder, has he been written all kinds of witty statements about this kind of larcenies, or is it just a case of or what the, and another little violation, and this is also a case of uphold the law.
What was I supposed to do? I've missed the garbage collection and we had fish on Friday. You have no idea how much it reeks.
Oh, uphold the law again.
The law.
Oh,
This is
man.
not a case
So I
of...
pay the city for not removing my garbage and now I have to pay for removing it myself? That's ridiculous.
The moral is, stay away from fishy activity.
Oh yeah, just another little, you could say, RoboCop upholding the law, because that's a case of that's a case of there not being you could say real excuse about that kind of activity. Oh yeah, and
one that likes swimming in oil surely must be swimming in money.
and that would be also one of those, you could say, RoboCop can do criminal activities that there would be really no thinking about. Yep, which would be the right call to do. But time to get inside here.
Crap!
Yeah, that's
Give me
very
back my
retro
money, you
style.
piece of shit!
Don't you cops ever get bored with harassing successful entrepreneurs?
Hey! This shit is rigged!
That's a serious accusation, kiddo. Someone might think I would allow such illegal activity in my high-class business, which I do not. Now get lost.
You work for Soot. Tell me where to find him.
You cops are giving me a stomach ulcer. Stop asking me about guys I don't know.
Withholding information can lead to bigger trouble than a stomach ulcer.
Look, I'm a busy man, so I'm going back to my office now. Why don't you join me there, and we'll talk. Oh, on second thought, you can't do that, because you don't have a warrant, do you?
What a douchebag.
Well,
Come back with a warrant, cop.
all right. And RoboCop, yep, he really has no reason to go there because there would be no warrant. So now RoboCop needs to find a reason to investigate into that location. Slouching, irrelevant to case. Quite humorous little whoops. Let's have a chat with him. Does he
Have you
know?
witnessed the owner participating in any criminal activity?
Are you kidding me? Half the things I've seen around here would be enough to put him behind bars for a decade.
Let us hear your statement.
No way, dude. He might be a douchebag, but if you lock him up, this place will get closed down, and where am I supposed to play hooky then?
Children should not skip school. It is important for them to attend every single class.
I stopped listening after should.
And I'm quite certain that it would not be RoboCop, which is to say OCP's some sort of moral guides, which would be talking there. It would be Alex Murphy himself saying that. There's another target. Time to scan it. Yep, nothing you could say truly remarkable. And some exit door, at least that's well marked. Yep, lots of very 80s style building. I don't think this kind of... well, I know that there's at least one of this kind of location in the world left, but but they are not common, and that one location demanded heavy amount of restoration effort and all that kind of things. Oh,
And there's not one but two of you?
Your body readings suggest substance misuse.
Oh man, a real like TJ Laser? You are so incredibly
yeah, I would say that the
I'm definitely getting
character
more of this.
modeling in this game
Who
went a
sold
little
you
bit
drugs?
weird.
I really shouldn't say, but you are my TV heroes. Alright. All of the arcade staff will sell to you, as long as you got cash. Unfortunately, I'm broke, but I have a great idea. You could help me sneak into the basement. They keep a huge stash of goodies down there.
Drugs in the basement? I will take care of that.
Would you really do that for me? Way to go, TJ!
That's a nice little reference to that fictional television show in the RoboCop films. That at least to mention that the first one, yeah, that Alex Murphy's gun spinning trick that he practiced and studied and became quite adept, or had become quite adept, was from that show. So, and it's basically some sort of neural thing that happened. Oh, but no.
Open the door. I have the warrant.
Oopsie. I think I dropped my key somewhere. You'd have to break down this hardened door if you want to get in.
That will not be a problem.
Yeah, that was a reinforced door, but RoboCop is a walking battering ram. He could have done. Yeah, that door didn't have a chance, and that guy just Well, that's about one story fall and how the way he flattered to the wall. Yep, that was bad. He didn't take well.
It's RoboCop!
Surrender your weapons.
Apparently not. Alright, any more? Oh yeah, that too. Yep, and I would say that they didn't have that many, you could say, character models for these basically basic criminal types, because they all something like a 5 to 6. Oh yeah, the buyers that made nuke for nuke. Now the double cheese on the end, hot sauce, body bag, red fucking whatever. I was confused. Bad for business. Pigs can't do shit. So there's no need speaking code. By Duke or Jackal, you lovely superstar boss S. So that would be now the name of the sleazy boss of the place. At least his first name. Yeah. And I really like that special effect of adding slowdown once you have defeat the final bad guy. Just as a little show that yep, now the situation over. Start doing the in gameplay sense you could say to start now looting. While you could say the RoboCop is that now he can actually start investigating.
Open the door, or you will regret it.
Can't a guy just sell drugs to kids without you harassing him every 5 minutes? Who am I hurting, huh? They all want it.
Where do I find Soot?
Well, if that's the case, shut it, bozo! Unless you want to end up in the ghost house like that cop's informant! And don't you dare open that door, I'll shoot you!
Have it your way.
And that's the owner. I think that's the sausage mask might be his personal thing though. Yep, that. And not lovely weapon spin to end it. Yeah, he had some torch head henchmen. Which implies that it might be one of the might be a big gang in around here. Oh yeah. And it's a real nice detail that they added this. And now it becomes, you could say, the even more focused investigation part, where there's a bunch of evidence or clues at the table, and RoboCop can, of course, then just investigate and study them. Not particularly, you could say, fancy, but still interesting to highlight that RoboCop is basically just a and while I'm at it, let's just open this. There was stuff around here. And press the button as well. What might open? I do not know. Maybe way out, maybe way not out. Not much of issue there. But still, just plodding now away with a nice little more brisk pace. So yeah, shady criminal guy decided to, let's pick a fight against RoboCop instead of being sane and just running away the second we figured out that RoboCop is there and he's snooping around his criminal enterprises. Yep, and those guys had to start now doing some regular cleaning up stuff to do. But I would guess that, well, first I have to check the length of the recording. Recording checked, but I think I'm gonna have to, well, I will break the recording just as I do a little bit of exploration to find, well, things before then heading towards that ghost house place where there might be some unpleasant things going on. Oh, but well, that would be interesting. And there would be the car shop, and there would be the dumpster again, so I wonder why it's become something that I can investigate it again. Is this some sort of glitch or weirdness?
So what you gonna do? You can't put me behind bars. I'm still a kid and only done it once. Just let me off with a warning, will ya?
Well, not this time. Not this time. Now RoboCop is much more in the sense of let's deliver the law, but not do it in a human manner.
I hereby assign you 40 hours of community service.
Doing what?
Painting over the illegal graphics.
You're telling me I'll get to cap over tags of those assholes from the hood with police watching my back? Sweet.
Oh yeah, sometimes you could say that letter of the law might not necessarily be the spirit of the law. In humorous sense, in one Judge Dredd comic book, in which a guy had gone insane, murderous rampage from losing his job already in a city where it's about 90% unemployment rate. And then he had started mass shooting, and Judge Dredd manages to apprehend him, and he got Dredd then delivers an instantaneous punishment of sentencing him to hard labor. And the guy is absolutely very ecstatic about it, that he gets to break rocks. But, which means that, yeah, sometimes letter might not be the spirit, but for Dredd or RoboCop, of course, upholding the law sometimes might be against the spirit of the law, or it's a complicated ethical and moral thing. But as much as letter of the law says, both cases, it has been satisfied. Well, let's just stomp around over there, see what's going on in there. Yeah, of course, if you would just ignore all these possible side quests and extra missions that you could have, there would be not much of, you could say, you can plot through this game quite fast, but it's not that, you could say, interesting to just blitz through the game. It's much more interesting to just do things, investigate and know all the craziness. Right.
Oh shit! It's a metal freak! Finally, some
You need to be taught some manners.
But looks like the bad guys have some heftier firepower in form of machine gun. Yep. Now, how in hell some sort of street thugs, gangsters would have access to firepower of that level, I don't know. Even in America, that kind of heavy machine guns might not be that easily available, even in this kind of dystopic futuristic America. I don't think that level of firepower would be that easily available. Oh yeah, shooting to the head also made him have a funny screeching sounds. So taking the heavy firepower. Yeah, heavy machine guns, very handy, deliver quite lots of firepower, but tend to be quite rare in sense that not necessarily much of what would be the word? Refillings. Not much of. Basically, you find it, use it, drop it, because you ain't gonna get ammo refills fast or easily. But I would say that immediate surrender when RoboCop is plodding towards you would be the, you could say, the smartest, most wise idea. Fake IDs, drugs, fake money, stolen equipment, stolen stuff. Yep, criminal activity. No way to not having high enough engineering level, so no reason to try to open the safe. And now it would be given the lesson that yep, you can fall down fall down and not take damage. But of course, RoboCop being heavy monstrosity would take damage, and I personally, well, I don't know who good RoboCops, even though it is very tough and armored shell and chassis, endure that kind of damage. Falling damage, things dropping is usually level up. You took drugs. Oh, through this wall as well.
Not the freaking leg!
Ah, the big explosion will all... And of course explosive environment is littered with all kinds of explosive stuff. Yep, and that was a funny little graphical glitch. Taking the machine gun again. And that wall was broken as well in the firefight. Just plodding towards the place. Kind of confusing layout. Oh yes, my mistake. I had not gone. I went the wrong direction, but it doesn't really matter. Be unfriendly.
Are you the police informant? Do you know where I can find Soot?
Oh man, all great questions, but could you untie me first? They really outdid themselves with these knots.
Talk.
Hey, I don't know how you usually operate, but that type of information don't come free.
What is your freedom worth to you?
That's actually a great point. So, it seems that the new guy saw the punks attack on the TV station and decided to meet with Soot on their turf. The meeting is supposed to take place tonight during Soot's concert.
Concert?
I know. I'm not really a fan of his music myself. But that's not what those shows are really about. Why don't we, get out of here, huh?
Lewis. Soot is meeting the new guy tonight at the old slaughterhouse.
Copy that. Pick me up at the station. I'll grab my gear. By the way, I've got something for you, Murphy.
They call me Pickles. And you guessed it. There's a funny story behind that name. This one time, I saw Torchhead stealing a delivery truck. I went after them, hoping that a VCR would fall off the back of the truck, you know? But it turned out to be groceries. So they left it. I made a pretty penny that day selling pickles. Still have a couple of jars laying around if you want them.
So you are an opportunist.
Hey, I prefer street entrepreneur. You know what they say, good business is where you find it.
Yep, he in a sense appears kind of sleazy, but I would say that somebody who understands his own benefit quite well. So it would be just a stomping around this place. Yep. And he's a new kid, also.
It's nice to be free again. Thanks, Tin Man. Hey, did Briggs tip you off that I might be here?
Officer Briggs?
Yeah, he's my police go-to guy.
Officer Briggs is missing.
Missing? Shit. May our city have mercy on him.
How do you know Officer Briggs?
We go back a long way. He gave me a helping hand when I hit rock bottom. And I've been in his debt ever since. He even introduced me to his family. Great kid and wife, though his missus don't seem very fond of me.
Well.
Do you think Briggs is in trouble?
I really don't know. Last time I saw him, he was going to check a case of missing bodies. Sounded like a bogus lead, so I didn't press him. Funny enough. He always tells me to be careful with getting info. But the truth is, I'm not the one running around gangster's paradise dressed in blue.
How do you know Officer Briggs?
We go back a long way. He gave me a helping hand when I hit rock. He even introduced me.
Well, he's quite interesting guy, so...
Need to go. Duty awaits.
About that, I've got a favor to ask. I know that Briggs is missing, but I've got something that belongs to him. He must have misplaced it the last time he visited my crib, and it's kind of weighing me down.
What is it?
It's his wristwatch. Now, I feel bad holding on to it. Could you please give it back to his family?
This is stolen property, and you expect me to return it?
Gee, that sounds bad when you say it like that, but still, you shouldn't let me hold on to expensive things. That's how I ended up in this situation in the first place.
I will make sure they receive it from the repentant thief.
Oh, boy. You're a tough negotiator. But surely you don't mean now. I gotta chillax after all this.
We will proceed with haste.
Oh, for God's sakes, man. As you command, Officer Steely.
Interestingly enough, I don't think that public knows exactly about Alex Murphy.
This is where Briggs lives. Let's get this over with. His watch is burning a hole in my pocket.
Alright, so let's just try to do some public service work. Pickles is kind of strange guy.
Are you going into a drug-related withdrawal? Do you require medical assistance?
What? No, I'm just... Is it?
Yeah, and a little bit of scripting hanker breaking the dialogue.
RoboCop! Are you here about Mike?
Yes, I am sorry to hear about your husband.
Oh, no. This junkie is not coming inside. What else are you gonna steal?
Funny you should say that.
I can't stand him. I'm sure he has something to do with Mike being missing. Are you any closer to finding my husband?
We are still looking. Is there anything more that you can tell me about his disappearance?
I've already reported what I know, but if you have any more questions, shoot.
Oh yeah, there's not much of, you could say...
I heard that he was looking into reports of
important thing.
An old lady approached him at the precinct and told him a sob story about how she couldn't afford to bury her husband. Can you believe that? Anyway, when she finally collected enough money and went back to the morgue, only to find that they had lost her husband's body, Mike went to check it out and never came back.
Oh.
Where was the last location that he was seen?
I remember him telling me that he was leaving his jurisdiction, that's where the leads were taking him. I tried to convince him not to go. It seemed dangerous, but he felt sorry for that old lady. He went against his own rules and me. He left angry because we'd been arguing.
Do you remember the exact location?
He never told me, but maybe it's in his files.
Why do you think that Pickles is involved in your husband's disappearance?
My husband's a good man. Sometimes too good for his own sake. He believes in second chances, even if someone doesn't deserve them.
Like Pickles.
That unappreciative asshole constantly gets himself into trouble. I mean, who's always there to get him out? You guessed it. Salt of the earth, Mike. Pickles has a bad influence on my husband.
I think I have everything I need for now.
Knowing you're on the case makes me a little less anxious, RoboCop. Now I just need to break it down for our son.
He does not know?
I didn't know how to tell him. He's a smart kid, and I think he suspects something. Could you maybe tell him to come home? It's getting late, and the streets aren't safe these days. He normally dawdles, but having you tell him should light a fire in his britches.
I will make sure that he returns home, madam.
Thank you. He's playing on the basketball court nearby with his friends.
Age 34. And he looked about something like 50 to 60. But then again, heavy drug use does make people look older.
That went pretty much as expected.
Yeah, he didn't even get a chance to...
We're not.
You still have that watch, do you not? There is someone who needs to learn what time it is.
Is that a movie quote or something? I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. There's action, but there's also, you could say, these kind of moments of human influence effect, which are really good. So I guess it would be time to end this episode right here. See ya next time.
We are going to remind Gail's son that it is past curfew.
Oh, Daniel. Sure.
Yeah, but I'll be doing that job next time. See ya.